Why do people spend thousands on a Montblanc pen? Is it an investment? A status symbol? Or is it something else entirely? Let's be honest. Most people aren't writing novels with these. They're signing contracts, flexing in boardrooms, or just admiring them like luxury totems on a mahogany shelf. Because this isn't just about ink or gold nibs. This is about identity, prestige, power, maybe even, sometimes, obsession. Welcome to the Pen Insider. Today we're not talking about pens. We're diving deep into the psychology of Montblanc. Is it a good investment? Why do people spend so much for a pen? Or is it all just ego, disguised in platinum trim? Let's be honest. Nobody needs a Montblanc, but people want it, desperately, repeatedly, sometimes irrationally. Why? Because Montblanc isn't just selling pens, they're selling identity. When you hold one, you're not holding a writing tool, you're holding a narrative of success, of class, of being part of a selective circle. And that's where the obsession begins. Psychologically, there's even a term for it: symbolic self-completion. We buy things that help us complete the version of ourselves we want others to see. A lawyer buying their first Montblanc after winning a case. A CEO gifting one to a rising executive. Or a collector who already owns 10 but needs that Gandhi edition. Or patron of art. This isn't logic, it's identity construction. And Montblanc knows it. They design every pen, every box, every ad with emotional cues, weight, gloss, tradition. All whispering the same thing: you've made it. But here's the twist. That feeling, it's addicting. And like any addiction, sometimes it spirals. Welcome to the quiet obsession of people who don't write much, but keep buying. Of drawers full of pristine 149s that never touch paper, not because they're writers, but because they're believers. Now, let's address the elephant in the boardroom. Is a Montblanc pen actually a good investment? Well, that depends on what you mean by investment. If we're talking financial returns, then maybe. But don't get carried away. This isn't Bitcoin in 2013. Most standard Montblanc, like the Meisterstück 146 or 149, don't skyrocket in value. Yes, they hold value better than most pens, but doubling your money in 5 years, that's pure fantasy. Unless you're talking ultra-rare editions, still sealed, perfect condition. Like what? The Hemingway, released in 1992 for a few $100. Now, $2,000 to $3,000, easily. The Einstein launched around $3,000. Today, $7,000 plus, if you find the right buyer. But here's the truth. That's a niche market. It's unpredictable. You need insider knowledge just to play. So no, Montblancs are not investment-grade assets. For the average buyer, they're luxury items, like a Rolex or a Hermes bag. The value? It's as emotional as it is monetary. You're investing in how it makes you feel, how others see you, in that weighty click as you uncap it to sign something important, in the silent nod of recognition across a boardroom. That's not hype. That's psychological ROI. And for some people, it's worth more than cash. So yes, a Montblanc can be an investment, but only if you know the game. Because in this world, hype drives the price, and rarity fuels the myth. Let's be honest, no one buys a Montblanc to blend in. This isn't just a pen. It's a statement. Black resin, platinum trim, pure flex. You'll see it in courtrooms, boardrooms, embassies. And yet, it whispers success. Not like a Rolex screaming, "I'm rich." Montblanc says, "I'm refined." Quiet luxury, intellectual power. That's the real signal. Lawyers, CEOs, diplomats, they're not just writing, they're branding. In places like India, gifting a Montblanc isn't just polite, it's ritual. It says, "I see your power. I respect your legacy," and sometimes people buy one just to feel powerful, to chase that aura, even if the deals they're signing aren't exactly billion-dollar ones. That's the thing with status symbols. They blur the line between who you are and who you wish you were. Let's pause for a second. Question is, why only Montblanc? Why not Faber-Castell? Or Visconti? or Nikaya if we're being really fancy. There are so many luxury pen brands out there. So, what made this one rise above the rest? Well, Montblanc didn't just make pens. They made mythology. From the very beginning, they built a story. The name? Not random. It's from Mont Blanc, the highest mountain in the Alps. The snowcap logo? It literally represents the peak. So, what are they selling you? Excellence. Elevation, the top of the top. And here's the clever part. You couldn't just grab one from a stationery store. Montblanc controlled where they sold. Only boutiques, only authorized dealers. That exclusivity, it made the pens feel rarer, more desirable. So, again, why this brand? Because Montblanc isn't just a writing instrument. It's a carefully crafted message. And people, they love buying into a message, especially when it says, I'm different, I'm successful, I'm important. Let's talk about the final form of Montblanc obsession, collecting. Because for some, one pen isn't enough. It starts with a Meisterstück, and suddenly you're hunting limited editions, scouring auction sites, joining private Facebook groups just to find that one piece. Montblanc knew this. They didn't just sell pens. They created desire loops, writer's editions, patron of art series, great characters, limited to hundreds, skeleton overlays, solid gold nibs, each one tied to a story, a legacy. Mark Twain, Gandhi, Napoleon, Shakespeare. You're not just buying a pen, you're buying a piece of them. And it's addictive. Some collectors don't even write with them. They keep them sealed, mint, untouched, as if the value isn't in the ink, but in the symbolism. It's not always about function. It's about identity again. Owning history, flaunting culture, proving you belong to a certain class, or wish you did. And here's the twist. Some of these pens are never meant to be used. They're trophies, power totems, objects of aspiration. Montblanc mastered this game, turning a pen into a collectible status artifact. And once you fall into that collector's spiral, it's very hard to climb out. So maybe it's not just about the pen. Maybe it's about what the pen represents. A symbol, a shortcut, a story we want others to believe about us. And sometimes, the one we're trying to believe ourselves. Montblanc sells more than prestige. It sells a feeling, the illusion that writing your name with one somehow writes you into a different league. And maybe, just maybe, that's why the obsession runs so deep. And here on the Pen Insider, we dig into exactly that. What luxury really means and why people chase it. So if you're into pens, power, or the psychology behind prestige, you're already one of us. Subscribe and stay sharp.